Jorge Rojas. You know, I had an uncle with that name. It's a good name. Sorry, do you prefer to go by George or is Jorge okay?
Well, I haven't been called Jorge since my parents died.
Sorry about that. George it is, no problem.
Actually, it's kind of nice to be called Jorge again.
Of course. So, Jorge, I've been reading your file. You got quite the past. But I'm also seeing here that you're having trouble finding work due to the injury that you sustained while serving.
That's an understatement.
I get it. I know it's not the same, but when I got back from Iraq, I couldn't do the things I used to do physically. So I had to find a job that was a little more stationary.
Enemy fire?
Landmine. Yeah, shredded my knee real good.
Purple Heart.
I wish. Let's just say the operation wasn't exactly authorized. Yeah, they had to sweep everything under the rug.
Oh, man. Been there. I had to requisition mine 4 times before they gave it to me.
Wow.
Hurts, huh?
It's funny, when a storm's coming, it gets a little stiff.
Nah, I mean, not getting a Purple Heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I mean, I understand the secrecy of war. It just sucks to not be acknowledged, you know?
Well, for what it's worth, that medal didn't make me feel any better about what they made me do out there.
Yeah, no, I get that. And you're right. It wouldn't change anything, you know? It wouldn't bring back my knee. It's just, it feels like they throw you out, you know? And you're left there with these scars. I just wish that there was something that would remind me that what we were doing out there happened, that it was real. I think that would be a step in the right direction.
You know, I had a habit of fixating on the worst experiences. I'd say, it'll heal with time. But my buddy would tell me that time is what feeds it. We were both wrong. Injuries feed it. Waking up to a shitty knee every day feeds it. Being scared of the sound of firecrackers feeds it. It's hard to let go of the past when they won't help you heal from it.
You know, and sometimes they don't even tell you that when you get back, it's even worse. But I didn't want to complain because some of my buddies had it way worse than me.
Well, what got you into this kind of work?
In a way, yeah. You know, when I got out, I kept having this idea that we deserve way better than this. You know, so I wanted to do anything I could to fix this broken system.
Oh, man. Worry about trying to fix it, man. This whole America shit, it's built to ignore us. See, I come from a military family, and are you the first, or do you have relatives that served, or?
First, actually.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Scary, ain't it?
In what sense?
Oh, well, you know, I always felt comforted by the fact that my pops and his pops before him had served. You know, everyone has their own ideas of what war is like, what it's like to be a soldier. But no one really knows until they actually go through it.
Yeah.
Man, I had some friends who thought that I had signed up to just die. But that's what we did, man. It was normal for us, you know? That's what my family did. And everyone survived their service, so death wasn't a direct experience for us.
You know, I never thought about it that way. You know, for me, I walked by the recruiting office, I went in, talked to the guy. You know.
Looked at the pictures, the condos.
Exactly. Everything sounded good. So I felt like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, ain't it? Once you get there, you start to question whether half of what you do is the right thing.
Yeah. Jorge, where'd you serve?
Nicaragua.
Wow.
Yeah. Can't help but feel guilty about playing colonizer. You see, my family didn't cross the border to get here. The border crossed us. Yeah, we've lived in California since it was Mexico. And we assimilated willingly because we thought, well, hell, things will be better. States will bring new opportunities. But then in 1929, he started sending us back to Mexico. Mexican repatriation. Millions of us sent back in the 30s. Most were born here. Were you aware of that?
Somewhat. You know, every time I heard the stories, they sounded exaggerated. So I always thought it was a bit of a conspiracy theory.
No, man. Sure as shit happened. Happened in my family. My great uncle, his wife, 2 kids. They just got sent back after generations of living here, man. Believe that shit? He served in World War I and everything. They just kicked him out like a dog, like nothing. See, Mexicans weren't exactly loved back then. Not that it's all good now, but lynchings were common for us back then as well. And people started to embrace lighter skin, minimize their accent. They figured if they can trick the white dudes, then they'll survive. But survival came at a cost. Those who chose it basically sacrificed culture. Small price to pay for your life, I guess.
You know, you mentioned lynching right there. I read in your file that your father was hung as a child.
I guess, my file mentions my suicide attempt.
Yeah.
When my dad was 10 years old, he was picked up off the sidewalk by some white men. Luckily, he was found in time, but the scars remain. I got back from my tours with PTSD and guilt. So I hung myself. Doesn't make sense to me now. Present time. Because fortunately I got help. I don't always get that. But at a precise moment, it just felt right. My dad's rope became mine. Good thing I fucked up, huh? Failed my mission. Because I got help immediately. Hasn't been easy. Not with my mental and physical limitations. Readjustment just never really came. You know, they mold you to fit a particular environment, the one they need you for. violent. Sometimes you made one. But they never really bothered to mold you back. Sometimes the quietest moments would set me off. Can't even look at flowers anymore. It makes me so anxious. Sometimes it's just colors.
What about when you paint? Do the colors set you off then?
For some reason, no. Whatever's on the painting came from me. It's mine. There's no surprises. It's the one place I'm actually in control of everything.
That's good. It's good to have control in our life, you know?
Yeah. Hey, you know, that Purple Heart they owe you. Why'd they deny it? What was it for?
We were on a raid. Suspected terrorist. They even threw around the name Osama. Yeah, they knew that some of the guys in the unit were real impressionable. Yeah, those America First type guys. But we had this one guy on the unit, a real squared away soldier, you know? Just didn't like war. The team leaders decided to put him on the front lines. So we're going in and the place turns out to be a hospital. I'll never forget this, man. He comes running out, he's screaming and yelling. They're just kids, man, fucking kids. You know, that night, a bunch of us were getting ready for watch. And we hear a gunshot go off.
He shot himself.
Yeah. You know, the next day we're on patrol. And one of the guys trips up a landmine. The shrapnel hits 3 of us and just takes out my knee. The team leaders are so embarrassed they wanted to wipe everything from the official record. And I wasn't deemed eligible for a Purple Heart. Jorge, I really enjoyed talking to you today. I can't promise you anything, but I'm gonna make sure I get you any kind of help you need, okay?
I want you to have this. I know it's made from trash, but I promise you I sterilize it really well. It's just, we throw so much away in this country.
Thanks, man.